experience with The Voice. Wow, my shirt kind of blends in with the wall. And please excuse my gross hair and face. I just didn't really try today. Anyway, so the other day, Saturday, today's Sunday night, and on Saturday I auditioned for The Voice in Detroit, June 13th, 2015. And so I auditioned with a friend. We did a duet, which I didn't even know was like a thing with The Voice, but we tried it, and we arranged a song, a cover of Stay by Rihanna, for our talent show back in February, and we won second place. So we figured it was a pretty good song. I mean, we went into the audition not really expecting anything out of it. We both are singers in choir and stuff, but we knew there'd be tons of amazing people there, which there were. Heard a few people sing in line. There were some really good singers and some mediocre singers, but anyway, so we got to the audition at about 6:30 in the morning. Our audition time was at 7. We got in line. We lined up in the lobby of Cobo Arena, which is where they have the auto show in Detroit, just in case you didn't know. It's this huge, huge place. And so we were all standing it has a pretty big lobby. The line was in the lobby. And I think they probably started letting people into the first checkpoint. There were so many checkpoints where they checked your papers, they checked your IDs, they checked your bags and stuff like that. So they started letting people into the first checkpoint at probably 7 o'clock. So what happened was people started going in, and once you got to the first guy, he checked your ID and your papers and made sure that you were the one auditioning. So if you have anyone with you, they can't go in unless you're a minor, and then you're required to have a parent. But my friend, I'm 18, my friend is 17, so what we did was we got a parental consent form, which is sent to you with your artist audition pass, which should be sent to you the week before you audition. Sorry, I'm kind of backtracking here, but anyway, you get this artist audition pass, and it's this paper that says your name on it, and it has a QR code, which they scan. You're supposed to get it a week before, but I didn't, so I emailed them about it, and they told me where to find it on the website. So if you don't get an email about it, go to the website, log in, and you'll be able to find it. So anyway, the parental consent form on there, you have to get it signed by your parents, both of your parents, and notarized. And luckily my friend's parents were able to get it notarized, so she didn't have to have a parent with her. And technically I was her legal guardian for the day, which was pretty hilarious. But anyway, so the first guy checks your papers, and then they send you into this big line of people, and so the arena was really big, and you could see everything that was going on. There were like a million different lines, and then a bunch of chairs. So once we got through the first line, they checked our bags, and you are allowed to have bags and backpacks, but you're not allowed to have like weapons or anything with you, or aerosol cans and anything flammable, lighters, stuff like that. And so they check all that. They wave you down with the wand. Then they send you into another line, and you wait there for a while, and the guy checks your pass again, sends you to another line, and then that's the final place where they check your pass. They give you a stamp, and then they give you a wristband, which they later take off because they don't want people like going in and auditioning twice. And all through that process, we met a lot of really cool people. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people actually, just a few people staying in line, and yeah, the bold people did. And actually one lady, she sang for us, and then she was like, you guys should sing for me, and we were like, okay, I guess so, like, why, we're here for singing and whatever. And so we sang our duet, and a bunch of people were like, oh, you're so good. Like, they were saying like they didn't want to be in the same room as us, because, I mean, I guess that was a compliment. It was pretty nice of them. They were like, oh, you're so good. You know, I don't want to be in your room so that people will take you, or I don't know, whatever. It was just really nice of them. We met a lot of cool people, and that was basically the end of the standing line. So after they scan your papers at that table that I was talking about, they sent you into these chairs. So at Detroit, there were about 6 sections of 200 to 300 chairs each, and we ended up in like the 3rd section, and we were like towards the front of the 3rd section. So we sat down, we waited, they said you can get up to go to the bathroom whenever you want and get a drink and stuff like that. And they actually had food there, which is weird. And then, let's see. So, by the time we got called to go in, we probably sat in the chairs for 2 hours. And by the time we got called, it was about 10:30. So, they take you in your groups of chairs and they count you off by tens. So 10 of the people that are auditioning. So, if you have a parent with you, they won't count the parent as one of the 10. And so, okay, so the first person, I bet the first group to audition went into the audition at 9 o'clock. And so yeah, we waited for quite a bit of time. They finally got to our section. They called us. We went up, lined up against the wall in the arena, and then we went into this back hallway. And in the back hallway, I think it's a little bit different at each audition because I've heard a lot of things about people being in this big room where they wait and there's chairs outside the doors that you wait in. But for me, it was different. It was just a back hallway in the arena, and we went back, and there were a bunch of doors. There were 12 doors. I heard someone say that. And what they did was they took a group of 10. We waited outside the room for about 15 minutes before we got called in, and we went in the room. There was 5 chairs here behind, like the judge was in the front of the room, of course, and then there was a orange X on the ground. And the lady that was auditioning us said, "Hi guys, thanks for coming out." And she said, when I call your name, she had all of our papers with her because we had given them to the attendant before he took us into the room. And she said, when I call your name, please come stand on the orange X, tell me what you're singing, and sing. So we ended up going about 7th, probably out of 10. And we got up there, and actually before we sang, she had said you should sing a verse and a chorus, so you should definitely have that prepared. But we sang an arrangement, so there wasn't really a set verse and chorus, and like if one of us had sang our verse, the other one wouldn't have been singing as much. So, because like we would sing solos and whatever. So anyway, we get up there and I whispered to my friend, just sing until she stops us. So that works too if you want to do that. We sang, and I thought we did pretty well. And she did stop us, but it was longer than most people had been singing, so I figured, the more we can sing, the better. And then we sat back down, we watched the 2 other people or whatever go, and then she said, "Thanks everyone for coming, but unfortunately I won't be taking any of you today." And actually one other thing I forgot to mention was when everyone was auditioning, she wasn't really looking. Like I said, I watched a lot of vlogs like this before I went, and a lot of people said that they had these Apple computers in front of them and they were typing on it. And that was the same for me. So I had a blonde lady audition me. Let me know if you had the same lady or you know who I'm talking about. But she was blonde, she had her hair slicked back, had a blazer on, and it was okay. I mean, she looked up a little bit, but I didn't feel like she was giving us her undivided attention. I guess if you're seeing thousands of people audition a day, you probably don't want to be listening to all of them. But yeah, she was typing on her computer. Pretty sure she wasn't taking notes on us, and she ended up not taking any of us. But I mean, it was a great experience. I'm so glad that I did it. I would have done it anyway. I wasn't really expecting to get through, but once you get there, you kind of get this hope that you might possibly get through. And so it was a little hard, but I wasn't that disappointed. We left the room, we got guided out, and then it was over. So honestly, there were so many people there. Like, for my 7 a.m. audition slot, by the time I left that big arena, I would say there were 2,000, 3,000 people in there, and that was probably only the 7 a.m. people. I don't know if most places there's like a 7 a.m. and a 2 p.m., but I think at Detroit there was also an 11 a.m. audition. So it could have been those people too, but it was a lot of people. It was pretty crazy. And so we were there for probably a total of 4.5 to 5 hours, which was not that bad considering how many people were there. And I was kind of expecting that much time or even more. So yeah, that was my experience, and I would definitely recommend if you're just thinking about trying out for The Voice, just go for it. I mean, I think with these TV shows, the people in the rooms, I've heard that they're not even music producers, they're like TV producers, and probably don't really know much about music. I mean, maybe they do, I don't really know. But, you know, I think they're looking for a certain person in each room, or in, they kind of have an image in their minds of what they want for the show. And, you know, you never know. It could be you, it might not be you, but you have nothing to lose. So I would go for it if you're just thinking about it. And I think that's about it. Yeah, I think I covered it. I hope there's nothing that I left out, because I had so many questions going into this. But yeah, so just comment below if you have any questions, and I don't check my YouTube a lot, but I can try to get back to you. And good luck if you're auditioning. I wanted to post this before, like as soon as possible, because I know there's like 4 other cities after Detroit, because we were the first audition. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.